and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Stay with us. Strong blows there from the Moldovans. Some great movement here from both of these fighters. This Pole has some incredible movement. And you can see that even the Moldovan really goes for it. And there was a bit of a grapple there, so it will be stopped by the marshals. Again, being warned there. He can't repeat that, or as he will be penalized. Of course, okay, just a slight breakage of the armor there. The lace has gone loose. Nothing dangerous, but it does need to be adjusted. Ferocious aggression from these fighters, which is great to see. And the Polish fighter in question actually was had a very, very successful fight in Moscow. And again, you can see those really, really going for it, hammering straight into him. Look at the movement of the Pole there. Not backing down, he's getting pushed into the side, but he's dropping for any blows he can get. He's going for those legs, and he's getting the blows, and unfortunately, the Moldovan has his sword blocked. And it looks like at this point that the Pole has the advantage. A great strike there, and a nice counter strike there from the Pole. Some great shots there, some great attacking from this Pole. A nice shot there to the legs of the Pole from the Moldovan. There's a lot of speed going into this fight. Unfortunately, the Moldovan keeps on getting caught. Again, very, very good at reading the fight is this Pole. So they're going to be very cautious in moving out. Goes for a great strike there, and that has come to a finish of that particular round. So they go into the second round of the duel, which is the sword and buckler.
Tady nejde jako v těch skupinových bojích dostat soupeře na nohy nebo na kolena, respektive, ale o to získávat body při úderech na části těla, které jsou povolené, které jsou budované.
See here the Ukrainian fighter prepares. And well, that fighter's yet to start. It promises to be very, very exciting. Some great fighting we've seen so far from the Ukrainians. And of course from the current fight that we've already started looking at, the battle between the Pole and the Moldovan. Well, that's just some incredibly fast action. You can see the level of training that goes into this. So we go into the second round there, sword and buckler. If you look at the height advantage the Pole has, I think he's actually going to strike lower first. No, he doesn't. It's a nice combo there. Some low strikes. Looking for another, avoids it very, very well. There's some lightning reactions from both of these fighters, but especially the Pole, who has to fight evasively. Some nice low shots there from the Moldovan. Blocks the shot well from the Pole. However, it's already called, so I don't think it'll make too much difference there. Some nice aggressive attacks here from the Moldovan. Maybe a little bit imprecise, so what he's got in energy, he lacks in precision. We go into the last of this sword and buckler fight. You can see the tension that's there. Neither wants to make the first move. They're just reading each other so well now that they understand the fight. And a good strike there. First blow comes to the Pole. And it continues on. And it's caught by the shield. Again, and that's one more strike there. And it goes to... the fighter stopped there. No, in fact, it goes on. And it still goes on.
A už se bojuje i na béčku,
There we go.
Ukrajinec vyzval Itala, ale hned na začátku poté, když se meče setkali, tak se meč ukrajinského bojovníka zlomil, ale
So you can see the Ukrainian fighter against the Italian fighter. Some great strikes there from both fighters. Some fast movement from the Italian fighter, but he's going to be very, very careful. A big shot to the head there. He's going to be careful he doesn't get hit on the side of the leg. Moves back, but again, the Ukraine goes to the same point, and in fact, the Italian fighter has to block that left area. He's heavily exposed, and the Ukrainian is taking advantage of this, but he's coming back with some great headshots. A nice evasive shot there, move from the Italian. Again, the Ukrainian goes for the exposed left side. Some great support here from the Italians. Again, once again, it goes straight for that side. What the Italian will need to do is go for a combo headshot. But he keeps a nice distance there. You can see that the Ukrainian's guard is very close, and swinging, he misses. That time we got there a nice headshot there. 4 nice headshots from the Italian there. Some really nice work here from the Italian coming back. So a great headshot there. He's just got to make sure he doesn't leave himself exposed, because the Ukrainian is seriously working on that exposed left-hand side, although he is taking some punishment to the head himself. Some force there from the Italian, and this is really starting to hot up. Again, I think the Ukrainian may have worn down a bit. He's taking shots to the head. Can the Italian keep it up? It's being called off now by the marshals at the end of the first round. Some very, very exciting work there from both fighters. We now go into the sword and buckler round. Let's see if they can keep up that tenacity. The energy is very, very high in this, and that was a fantastic first round. Again, the Ukrainian really, really exposed the Italian's lack of coverage on the left-hand side. He took advantage of that, and I think that will eventually cost the Italian. But he left himself exposed too, and the Italian capitalized on his head, his helm being exposed to all these shots. Maybe the Italian didn't quite have the same speed as the Ukrainian, but certainly put up a hell of a fight there. And so the marshals have got quite a bit to speak about there, while the sword and shield goes on. Again, some nice aggression there from the Moldovan. And they both find themselves in a clinch, very, very difficult to break out of. Some strong movements there from the Pole, a nice charge to break down the Moldovan. And goes for the knee to block the shield there. It wasn't actually a knee in itself. Both starting to tie there, and we start with the sword and buckler again. A lot of speed, velocity in this, but again, the Italian has left himself open on the left-hand side. He's got to be very, very careful of that. And moves forward there. A leap. Again, nice shots to the helmet there from the Italian. And it's good he's gone for the helmet and it's been broken up. I'm not sure quite who had the last blow in that. It may, in fact, have been the Ukrainian. Which are the last moments here of the sword and shield between Poland and Moldova. Shots to the leg there. This is very, very hard fought by both fighters. Very, very energetic. Yeah, great blow there. It seems that there's some of the... I'm not sure, maybe some armor has come a little bit loose there. You can see the elbow of the Polish fighter there has come completely loose. So unfortunately, I was talking through that, so I'm not quite sure who got the technical win, I'm sorry to say. So, the result of the fight between Poland and Moldova will be announced, and Ukraine-Italy goes into the third and final stage of this triathlon, sword and shield. Again, I really hope that the Italian can keep that side covered. But again, because he's left-handed, he's not capitalizing on it, and I think he's going to have a lot of trouble there. He is actually changing his stance here, which I think is a very, very intelligent move. So he's fighting with his head. But again, he's got to see from the point of view where the Ukrainian's coming from. He's seen the exposed side. He's taken advantage of it. And then we have the victory for Poland over Moldova, but a very, very